Forgot that I had a +11 in deception.
Me and you handshake on deception.
I know, right?
Bards, my friend. Bards.
Okay, in
Yeah,
theory
she's got
that
a
should be
slightly higher
working.
deception, 2 above mine, but it's still funny. It's like very close deceptions
Nice.
overall.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, dokie. We'll end that bingo game because I don't have one for shifting. Looks like that's fine.
Dang, all
Audio
your
sounds
her bonuses in that area, and I've only got a +4 to medicine. That's a disgrace.
And
Oh,
that was
gosh.
done. Okay, sounds like we are all good.
You mean to tell me that Ellie has a higher, forgot what it's called already. She has a +5 to her medicine checks.
It's a wisdom skill, and unfortunately, Ollie is not exactly the highest in that. I have proficiency in the skill, I just don't have much wisdom to work with it.
Mm-hmm. You do have +8 in nature.
That's true.
And investigation, but yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Investigation is really high.
Oh, wow.
Okay, recap time, baby. Hello and welcome, dear patrons, to the Tables of Tartarus, a chapter of Purgatory Corner. I am your storyteller, Sinspeaks, and today we're going to be continuing the tale of shifting fates. Come on in, take a seat, and let your imagination run free. Today I'm here with Averin, Ellie, Rowena, Bill, and Oliver, as per usual, as you guys can see on the screen there. And yeah, feel free to move about, go check out our socials as per usual. We've done a lot of updates since the last time we played this. And if you guys are watching on YouTube, feel free to check us out for the next couple, like 5 or 6 or 7 or so weeks on our Twitch for this series specifically. And then we also have a bunch of other content we're going to be doing. I'm going to be doing a stream with my friend Story tomorrow. We're probably going to be playing, she's going to be playing Hades at about 6 o'clock p.m. PST, so this time tomorrow, which I'll be watching and listening to her for, and then I'll be going for dinner at 8, and then 10 o'clock we'll be coming back, and we'll be doing a co-stream of Satisfactory. So feel free to check that out tomorrow. Feel free to follow here or go follow her. In terms of this campaign, we're having a very wonderful time, interesting time. How far in is she? So we're going to be doing a full start over of Satisfactory. We're going to be doing all the way from the very beginning, and then all the way probably at tier 3 or whenever we decide to stop. But in terms of recap for all this fun campaign stuffs, it's just a blank screen for you, Rowena?
Yeah.
That's weird. It shouldn't be.
I keep trying to reload it. It's just not working.
Huh. Odd.
Have you tried restarting your browser, like, entirely?
I'm thinking about restarting the whole computer at this point.
Mm.
I'll do it now.
It's been so long since I've used Foundry and had a bad thing. Yeah, you might either restart your browser or restart the computer. Either one should fix it. Usually if it doesn't fix it, then it's a cookies issue, which has some difficulties. But hopefully it's just either your browser or your computer. But while you try to figure that out, we're going to do the recap. So, last time that we were here so many months ago, the beginning of last episode was essentially we had Ollie and Ellie talking with Jackson and Grampy, and they were talking to each other about kind of the war, about some of the stuff that was happening, the difficulties that they were going through, and Grampy had suggested that Ellie come with him to their forest, Littlefoot Forest. She had declined, but Jackson decided to go with in order to make sure that Grampy got there safely. I believe that Rowena's mother and Ellie's mother also went with Grand P back to Littlefoot Forest as well, possibly by the suggestion of Bill, but I don't quite recall who suggested she go.
It was
with her.
Bill. She was talking to Bill.
Okay. So Bill suggested she go, so all three of them eventually went. After they went, Ellie started talking to the soldiers that had come with Rowena, as Rowena had just made a very big deal with a necromancer, getting essentially the bodies of two random bodies more or less mutated and configured into thralls in the image of Bloodtooth's wife and Bloodtooth's son, and brought them in there, which I just realized just now in real time that technically you have an image of his son in the Citadel at the moment, and that's going to be hilarious for probably either next episode or the end of this episode, depending on how far you guys get. So it's going to be really, really funny. I just thought about that right now. But Ellie started talking to all the soldiers after Rowena went by, and they interacted with, I believe, Rowena's dad. And then after they started going on, Ellie talked to the soldiers about possibly dropping their conquest of the orcs, basically trying to change all their minds. They were very hesitant to do so, but eventually they said that if Rowena commanded them to do so, assuming she was the highest power based on her being the right hand of her father, they would listen to her. But anyone else, they would probably just ignore. So then they all went on. And Ellie is currently standing at the front gates, kind of inside the area. And Oliver is back down inside the slums, working on an agricultural?
I'm working on a fragrance burner. I'm trying to do ceramics.
Yeah. And essentially that is going to be used in order to distribute, I'm assuming, an aerosolized version of the cure in order to make it so that effectively those who get hit by it will be immune to the blast veins, I think is what we called it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll also probably make them look like they have the common cold for like the next couple of weeks, so they probably wouldn't be fit for wartime anyway.
That's what you think.
Yeah, should be very interesting. And then, so he's down inside the slums back in the area that you guys have been in, which I believe was next to Faye's location. And you're just kind of making that work. And then after that point, Bill and Averin were inside of the higher regions of the Citadel, and they were going into essentially the water supplies for all the I believe the term would be high-class individuals, including but not limited to all the people on the top section of the Citadel, the army, and a smaller specific supply meant for the council specifically. And then after they had infected the entire thing, which they did with both the barrel of ring water, which was a fancy ring that Averin stole off of Tommy, and apparently has its own intelligence, its own being that is there, possibly an eldritch demon. She got that ring, they put inside a barrel of water, completely poisoned the entire barrel of water, and then dumped that into the reservoir. Did some fancy stuffs to make it so that it wouldn't be seen properly, and then Bill dumped his own personal flask of Dragon God wine into said reservoir, filled it up, poured a little bit into each of the different barrels, including the one specifically for the council members. And then we moved over to the council, where Bill and Averin made their way into the top section where the paladin was. The paladin at this time had moved down the stairs with the Council of Five and Rowena's father, with Rowena in front of all of them, essentially doing a, not quite ritual, but more or less a progression ceremony, which was her being promoted to the right hand of her father, who was the military leader. And then, as they were going through the whole process, and Bill and Averin were watching, Rowena ended up stating that she believed the water had something inside of it. And then they realized that the water was indeed poisoned, which Averin had told Rowena specifically that the water had been infected by Oliver's concoction, which it obviously wasn't, but that's the story she gave. And Rowena found out that by her history with Oliver and having been worked with him quite a few times, she realized that it wasn't. It was decidedly not Oliver's concoction inside of the water. And she decided to save her father and all the council members, and is aware that all of the water supply for the army and for the pretty much the entire top section of the Citadel is currently poisoned. And that is where we left off last episode. So that's more or less was going to be where we start.
So to answer the question in chat, Bill is a Kenku, Oliver's a tiefling, Ellie is a half-elf, Rowena is a half-elf, Averin, what elf?
Full elf.
She's a full elf, but I believe we only actually figured out she was a pure elf fairly recently in the episodes. I think she didn't know for a really long time. So
4 or so episodes ago. And then currently we have Oliver is an alchemist, artificer. Bill is a spirits bard. Ellie is a Way of Tranquility monk. Rowena is, I believe, a hunter ranger. And Averin is a whispers bard. Mm-hmm. Also, hi Fading. Nice to see you. Oh, thanks for the follow, Fish Lips. I definitely need to move that somewhere. But
that's an awesome name.
I will move that there. There we go. Probably. Yeah, well, we'll move it there. There we go. That's where that's going to be moved for now. But that is the full recap that we've had so far. And my memory has been awful lately, so if I am forgetting anything, feel free to let me know. But that should be all. But yeah, so last we left off is Rowena. You are currently standing inside of the main area, surrounded by the 5 council members, the paladin. My name is Sinspeaks, for anybody who hasn't seen me. I should probably put a whole name section on top of that, but I'll do that sometime later. Thanks for letting me know. I often forget to do that. But I am Sinspeaks, and I'm actually using the wrong picture. Shit. Whoops. That's my old picture.
I gave you a cool picture for a reason.
I know, you gave me an awesome picture. I'm not even using it properly. I'm such an asshole. How the hell do I change my own picture?
To be fair, we haven't used the shifting thing in what, 4 months at this point. So
yeah.
Man, a lot's happening.
Sinspeaks. Oh, SIN space SPEAKS. So Sinspeaks. Mm-hmm. Oh, I probably could have typed out that's probably it. I'm dumb. I'm sorry.
You're good.
I'm very dumb. We're
Same.
going to do eyes open, mouth closed for... Nope, that's the speaking image. Whoops. Okay, well...
Can I help you?
I'm assuming that's going to work when that works. But as always, feel free to make any comments you want to, and as always, sit by and listen to the chat. But yeah, so Rowena, you are staring at the 5 council members, the paladin over there, your father who's standing there. He's already put down his glass of water or whatever it was. And you know that the army is currently poisoned because Averin told you so. And yeah, what would you like to do?
Oh, goodness. I'll... Oh, goodness. Okay. Council, if I may, I need to go. I know it's quite extraordinary not to finish the ritual or everything, but these are extraordinary circumstances. And I think there's more going on than meets the eye.
Oh. In that case, best of luck.
Thank you. And she'll do a little bow and signal to Tychurus, her friend, who I guess, is he in the room or is he outside of the room? I forget.
Titus?
Yeah, my friend who was like my second in command.
Currently he would be outside of the room. He wouldn't be he would be outside the room because he would not be allowed in there, nor any of the other military folks.
Okay. So when I leave the room, I'm going to signal to him that we need to get moving immediately.
Okay. And yeah,
And
I
I'll
know
start
those
heading
are not
towards the army.
correct at the moment. I do apologize. It's not wanting to work for me right now, so that's being a pain. So hold on just a moment. We're going to make a new scene here real quick and hope that this fixes it, because it's being a giant jerk.
You
Come
got
on.
this. I believe in you.
I got this like a half-hearted potato that is struggling because it's not... Hold on. Technical
Potato.
difficulty. If I had my bingo up here, this would be a lot more awesome. It's not wanting to work. I'm so annoyed. Okay. Alright. No? Okay. Well.
Oh, that's the wrong image. Hi, how you doing?
They're very wrong images. It's not wanting to change it.
I
That's
don't
so
have the Twitch up,
bad.
so I don't have the Twitch up, so just like this is very theater of the mind for me.
I mean-
Currently, I am my normal avatar. Sin is a very pixelated version of an even older avatar.
This is my very
You're
old
currently
avatar.
80.
You know, let me open up a incognito tab and log in on my Discord there and try to fix that once I remember how to do. There is scan QR
I think
code.
Ellie is a Triton currently on stream.
There we go.
Which I'm sitting here staring at that and I'm staring at all of this and laughing. I'm not gonna hide it. It's funny.
Oliver is the only one properly done. Can you stop
Rowena.
loading and just
Oliver and Rowena
do it?
are the only ones that are not broken.
Can you okay, it's loading currently, and I don't know if the loading is a bad part or if I need to like be out of call to change this or something. So
I'm pretty sure I've changed avatars on reactive and while inside of a call.
yeah, I've done it too a couple times, and it's specifically not wanting to change mine. I haven't tried changing the other one, but it's not shifting. Say no, it's not. It's not okay. How about if I do shifting, and no, it's not saving.
I'm the only one correct now. Let's go.
You guys are using the wrong.
What happened to Ollie?
What happened? No.
He brought in my normal
Stop
raccoon
being
face.
mean. Okay, fine. Maybe if I'm
I guess
out
this
of the
is what happens
call.
with 4 months of prep.
I know.
Yeah.
Maybe if I'm out of the call, it works. I'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on a moment. There we go. Okay. Now maybe, folks, maybe it's going to work if I just do this real quick. It's still spinning. I don't like the spinning. Spinning is I just feel like the spinning's a problem sometimes, you know. But okay, let me.
I
Okay.
didn't have this much trouble the last time I streamed.
It was likely due to something. He probably ended up hitting something, or the program's being finicky.
Yeah, it's being a
Yeah.
jerk. So I'm going to switch. Is it going to allow me to do the other people's things?
It may
the
have
question.
been a thing of he hit a button, and that just did a cascade of changes.
Yeah, it's
Well,
just
at the very
like
least, your
very
picks.
mean. Huh?
At the very least, your pick's back to the way it was previously, even if it's not your new one.
Yeah. So we're gonna see whether or not this is just not wanting to save, which is annoying. I think the site itself is not wanting to save. So what we're going to do is we're going to let this run in the background as just a spinny sign thing. And we're going to hope that eventually it actually does work. Because I can't really change it any other way if it doesn't want to change. I mean, maybe
my
do I have
gosh.
Do I have Chrome? No, I don't have Chrome on this computer. I have Edge. I can try pulling up the site on Edge. I don't ever use Edge, but I can try.
Isn't it defunct now?
Pretty much.
Internet E is defunct. Edge is not.
I'm on
Unfortunately.
Edge.
I honestly don't know the difference between the two of them.
Edge is basically Edge runs on the same style or same type of browser as Chrome.
Ah, okay. Well, we're
They
gonna see
use
if
the
this
same
works a
backend
little
software.
nicer.
Personally, honestly speaking, Firefox is probably the best browser these days.
It's the one that I
That's
use
the one
most
I use.
commonly. Where's shifting? Shifting. There you are. We're gonna do shift PNG tuber me. All right, it's still being slow, but that's fine. We'll just hang out with our sweet pictures for now. Wait for it to load and update, I guess. And if it doesn't want to, well,
Yeah,
we'll pretend.
Screw the form. Screw the forms that these guys normally have. We're going full animals this time. Some of us more literally than others.
We're going
Yeah.
full insane times. Okay. Yeah, it'll load or it won't load. We'll see how it works, I guess. It seems like reactive is just not some part of its code is just not working or something, which is super annoying, but that's fine. So ignore the fact that no one but Rowena and myself look fairly normal. Everyone else, the alternate universe, weird shapes and forms and shit. So,
Cindy, did you ever notice that your hair actually crops off on one side on Twitch?
does it?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's probably some sort of box that he has set around for where his picture can appear.
Yeah.
The edge of the hair just goes outside of that box.
Yeah, on the left side.
Yeah, on the left side.
There we go.
See
There
it?
we go. Fixed it.
Oh.
There you go.
I fixed the colors. It's great. Okay, I'm now going to stare menacingly at this reactive site until it works while I talk. Jump to bottom, yes please. There we go. Okay, so Rowena, what were you planning on doing?
I am running out and signaling to Tychorus to follow me, and then I'm hopefully going to be able to pull out the sending stone so I can talk to Ollie real quick and be like, "What are you doing?"
Okay. So you run out, he immediately turns and follows you. He pretty much is just assuming that if you are telling him to do something, he does it or he dies. So he is following you like there is a devil on his ass. You pull out your sending stone, and because of our ruling, it connects to Oliver's. And Oliver, I'm assuming you're just like kind of down there doing your pottery or whatever
Probably
it
still
was.
just like, probably still like cutting out the hole in the back of the pot I'm working on, quote unquote pot.
And then you just hear,
What the? Yes, hello.
Ollie,
What are you doing?
I'm working on a fragrance burner. Why? What's going on?
I was told. Sorry, I'm looking at the chat real quick.
Oh, you're fine.
Trying to remember what you were told.
I
No,
was
because
told
I
it could be
have a-
3-5 business days.
Ellie, are you referring to her talking of Ellie messaging her about Bill's plan or something else?
Because I have a note written that I'm going to message Oliver to figure out
I believe
I
that
was
Ellie
being
sent
fuck
her
the
a
poison
message
is.
when she
Ellie
was...
sent her would be sending her a message and had sent her a message about the soldiers agreeing not to go to war if Rowena said so. But then before Rowena could respond to that message, it cut to just before that. So you could receive it.
Okay, so yeah, you would have gotten that message.
I haven't gotten that message, and now I will be getting it. Oh, I get what you're saying now.
Yeah, that would have been before you'd entered the Citadel up here. So you will have heard that, and will have been told that, as she said, the guards will have stood down if you told them to, directly before you entered the council room.
Okay. One way or another. Oliver, what is going on with the poison?
Poison? What are you talking about?
What do you mean, what am I talking about? The poison that is apparently in the water supply?
No, I did. What?
What do you... Don't lie to me. This is serious.
I still haven't set up the delivery mechanism for the treatment up there yet.
You're telling me there isn't even a treatment for this yet?
Treatment, technically, yes. Delivery method, not quite.
Okay. I was told that this poison is yours.
Okay, take a few steps back. What are you talking about? What poison? What's going on?
Honestly, I don't know. Oh goodness. I met the council and am essentially, I guess you could say, in charge. And we were going to drink, the pure water. But it was not. Somebody poisoned the water for the council members. And if I'm thinking correctly, I would know about, like, the water supply and everything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. This comes from the same place that the army is going to be drinking from. And, oh God, even Mom. She's...
Okay. That complicates everything. You could just practically hear him frustratedly rubbing his forehead at this. Okay,
I believe you would know, Rowena, that your mother is out of the Citadel.
She's completely out now? I thought she
Yeah.
was planning to leave. Okay.
No, she left with Grand P and Jackson.
Okay.
If memory serves correctly, when you were coming into the Citadel, she was coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We're good. I do have one question. Can I use the sending stone again? I think it's only once a day, though, right?
If you call someone, you can. So if you call someone, it will not work. But if you just send the 25 messages, you can send it to whoever. So because you called Oliver, your one would die until next dawn, until
Actually-
oh, I don't even know what I'm saying now. It would die until next dawn. Yeah.
Honestly, if she just cut off the message right there, her Ollie would probably send her a message of his own that just says, "Bring a sample of that poison back here. I want to take a look at it."
There you go. Immediately turns on her heel to go and grab the cup.
Well, no. I'll get it from the Ami place for going in that direction.
No, that's fair.
I was just wondering if I could remessage. I think I was talking to Averin at one point, right? That's how I found out about the poisons. I was going to talk to her
she
next.
sent you a message. Yeah.
But it was more important to talk to Oliver, so it's okay.
Mhm. Also, to
Off to the
confirm, outside of the game, it is in fact the reactive website which is having an issue. It's just not processing. So I unfortunately cannot do anything about it. Still trying, but it's not processing, which is so annoying.
Sad days.
But yeah, Averin would have sent you a message, which was that it was Ollie's cure that was in the water, or poison, or whatever it was. Which you now know was a complete lie.
Yep. I remember that. Okay.
I mean, to be fair, you know Avren. You know her track record.
But like, I trust her too. We had the talk, you know.
Would you lie to me? Maybe. Oh. Okay.
And now it's just up to you to figure out why she lied.
Dwarf
Mm-hmm.
Mountain all over again.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter though. Rowena is going to the army to make them not drink anything as well.
Mm-hmm. So you're running to the army area?
Yes, but I think maybe Bill is doing something now.
Oh, he'd be following.
Okay.
Yeah, so you run out, and you're essentially running all the way. Cue back to Bill and Averin. You guys are at the top of the stairs, and essentially, you both know that she's running out. All the people are now safe and fine inside the council room. You're both invisible at the top of the stairs. What would you guys like to do?
Bill's going back out the window.
Okay.
I'm following Bill. Don't do anything stupid, please.
I mean, his way of going down the thing fast is not exactly safe, as he's using his own corrosive abilities with his claw to make it to where he can descend faster.
Okay, so
Where
you're
are you
essentially just
going?
dropping all the way down?
Yes and no. He's basically making small handholds, but he's going faster down. He's not climbing exactly safely.
Mm-hmm.
You know how like Stone and how we at points have used the corrosiveness of his dragon ability that he gained?
Yeah.
He's basically using that oh so lovely fake hand, because it's a weapon technically.
Mm-hmm.
And he's basically, as he's going down, he's pushing it into the wall with the corrosive to make handholds for himself to go down a little faster.
Interesting. Okay.
Because he can't exactly go down a normal way, and he doesn't want to get caught up in people. So the moment he gets low enough, he's jumping to the closest high point and going to be following Arena from high points until he gets her to a point where he can intercept.
Okay. So yeah, you essentially jump onto the rooftop next to where Rowena is running. Averin, it takes you a little bit longer to follow him, mostly because he's essentially acidifying the handholds as he leaves down them. So you're essentially have to make your way using shadows, which is more or less you running down the building by popping in and out of the shadows on the building and
Okay, so that's
trying
really
not
cool.
to faceplant.
I do really like that. But isn't my cloak that allows me to do that? It only allows me to do it, like, once per day.
Possibly. Let me look.
Yeah.
Du-du-dum. Where's your Wraith's cloak? No, it's just a bonus action.
Really?
Oh no, you're right. It cannot be used until the next day. That's dumb. That's very
Yeah.
dumb. That's super.
Yeah.
That makes it so you wouldn't use it all. Fuck that shit. You would never use that shit if it was once a fucking day. Not as a bonus action,
Ow.
please. Fuck that.
I
DM
have.
ruling. Fuck that shit.
This is
It's a
just, like,
bonus
the
action. You
fitness
can't
is
use it
not
more than once a turn anyways. It's not like it's that useful. Come on. Come on, game. Get your trying, but come on. Okay. So yeah, you can use it as a bonus action. It's not the most helpful thing in the world. It's just a bonus action.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just following him, like, trying to, like, call after him while not revealing our location. Just like, what are you doing? Where are you going? What's the plan, man?
He ain't got no plan. He's mad.
It's just running.
Yeah, so I know that he's gonna go after Rowena, so I'm gonna try to see if I can figure out a way to get to Rowena first. This really is just Dwarf Mountain again.
Just
Pretty
different,
much.
slightly different context this time.
Yeah, now I'm trying to get to Rowena to save her.
Are you working now? So yeah, you are running forwards. Bill is right next to you. You guys are sprinting like full speed. You have 30 speed, he's 30 speed, so you're about equal speed. He's actively in front of you, probably by about 20, 30 feet or so. Rowena is probably around another 20 something feet in front of you. And you guys are booking it like mad. Rowena, you turn into an alleyway. You know this is pretty much one of the more effective routes that you can go. You almost never took direct routes when you were a kid. You always took random shortcuts. You cut through areas. You slid. You did all that fun stuff. So you're essentially taking those same routes. You know it'll get you there faster. You know it's going to be more effective. Tyrus can barely keep up with you as he is more used to the straight and forwards. And yeah, essentially, as you guys are going through, Bill, you are practically on top of the two of them at this point.
And let's see. Go with a good old thunderclap in front of her.
Oof.
I'm gonna turn around for 1 second, and I'm gonna be like, "Hurry up, Ty!" And then I'll turn forward, and then you can cast it.
Yeah.
I'll just turn right into it.
Well, boosh. Okay. Make a Constitution saving throw, DC 14.
Okay, Constitution saving throw. Yep. Mm-hmm.
I don't remember how to check my save.
Your save DC should be bottom left.
Yeah, that's a 9.
Ah, okay.
Oof. Your 8th level, roll 2d6, Bill.
Am I level? Huh.
Yeah.
2d6?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wonderful.
So you'll take 6 damage, Rowena.
Oh no.
Okay.
And it's thunder damage. So essentially, you run forwards, you hear the clap, and your brain hurts from the sheer force that slams into you.
Do I hear it?
100%. I don't remember how far Thunderclap stretches out.
Thunderclap stretches out here. Let me check. That can be heard 100 feet away. Each creature within range, other than you, must make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, within range? Shit.
Yeah.
100 feet?
I think this spell only gets the.
Oh, no, its range is 5 feet. Never mind.
Oh,
Oh,
5 feet?
okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so it can be heard up to 100 feet. So yeah, pretty much anyone within a 100-foot radius hears the thunderclap as essentially Rowena's ears are now like bleeding slightly. As she is momentarily stunned.
Yeah, I hear that, and I'm going to exchange the invisibility I have on the both of us for kinetic jaunt.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. Let me just cast that at level 2. I don't have very many spell slots up.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
fantastic.
My walking my walking speed is going to increase by 10 feet, and I'm going to like try to rush over to Bill and like tackle him.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
You slam right into him.
Let's see, what does kinetic jaunt do?
You should be able to.
It lets her phase through people.
Interesting.
So
Do I just face
whenever
them?
you try to cast it, if you click the name, at the bottom it says
have the
info.
spell.
You can click
Oh.
that and post it.
There
There you
it
go.
is.
Oh, there it is.
Well, I'm going to counter that with a gust.
Ooh, interesting.
Oh. Does that
Okay.
do?
Gust can. So, one medium small creature that you choose must succeed on a saving throw or be pushed up to 5 feet away from you.
Okay. What kind of saving throw?
Strength.
Strength. Okay.
Oof.
By the way, these
wait,
are both
do I have
cantrips.
Oh, shoot. Wait, do I have disadvantage?
You are currently exhausted, I believe.
Oh, I guess I'll
Much.
roll another
Disadvantage
one?
on ability checks, not saving
Oh.
throws, I think.
Oh, okay.
Okay, just because this is something I don't remember. Why would she be exhausted? I
I
forgot what she did.
oof. I think she was exhausted. I think it's because she hasn't. Oh no, she got stabbed.
Right. Yeah, I got stabbed a while ago and I like bled out a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Forgot
Oh
about
no,
that.
yeah, no, I remember that now. Okay, memories come back to me.
I was
Deep
like, I'm
concern.
Yeah.
fairly confident she got stabbed.
So
Yeah,
it
I got
happened.
stabbed. Mhm.
Didn't it happen in the alleys when you first stole the coin?
Hmm?
Didn't that happen in the
Uh,
alleys? Or
No,
am I
we were.
misremembering that part?
Was that before?
No, it was
we
after.
saw-
It was after she stole the coin. But she was walking around, just
Okay.
casually, and then some dude ran up to her and stabbed her.
Yeah, it was off my game.
Gotcha.
Why
Right.
is this not
Yeah.
working?
Yeah. So did I get the saving throw?
You got without disadvantage, I believe. 15. His DC is 14. 14. You would have succeeded.
Yeah. So I'm gonna like tackle him and be like, "What are you doing?"
And he's gonna look back at you. His eyes are dilated, and he looks pissed.
Hey, look, I get it. I totally get it. But do we really have to resort to making her ears bleed?
Bill's just gonna stare at you, and he's gonna try to wrangle out of your grip. He is not happy.
Yeah. Can't imagine I had the. You're probably a very wriggly sort of bird. I'm not probably
I mean, we
holding you
could.
very well.
If you're technically grappled, Bill, I think that's a strength save on my front and a strength on yours, I think, or something
Yeah,
like
it's a
that.
strength
Oh,
be strength.
Just
Mhm.
base
Strength
strength
save?
or
Mhm.
saved.
Just I'm trying to remember the ruling. I think it's a strength save.
Gotcha. Normal. Oh.
God dang. Well,
18v19. All right.
holy heck. How am I holding you down, man?
Because you're still bigger than Bill.
Yeah, that's fair.
Actually, I guess I should be rolling that at disadvantage because Bill's a size smaller.
Hmm.
Mm.
Oh, you are a full size smaller, aren't you? Yeah.
Yeah, I classify my because Bill is 2'2". He classifies as small because Kenku's.
Then yeah, you definitely would have disadvantage on that.
Yeah. Let's just see how far down I would be, just for prosperity's sake. Not that much.
Yeah. Look, can
Alright,
can
cool.
can we just resolve this peacefully? Ugh, I hate how that sounded, but come on, seriously.
The one chance I had to kill that bastard who left all of those to die just got
No.
ruined. I'm done talking to people.
I know, I get it. But what are we gonna achieve trying to kill her, alright? Or whatever you plan to do there.
One less thing in my way.
And what do you plan to do after that?
I don't know. I'm mad.
I
That was the
know.
only plan I had. Let go.
I can't do that. You're both my friends, and I can't afford to lose you, alright? Look, if you kill Rowena here, or injure her, you're gonna garner attention, and you're going to end up having even less of a chance. I had to get rid of invisibility just to get you. Okay?
And what if she stops the poison, huh? We aren't
No.
buying any time at this point.
We're gonna calm down, and we're going to figure out an actual plan, alright?
With who?
With the group, with ourselves, just us. I can take us somewhere like proper, and we can figure out another plan. Sorry, that sounded like you just tried to bite her.
Kind of more like a weird tongue click mixed with him trying to nip at your hand with his
I
beak.
got to say, that sounded like a bite or a spit in the face.
Or hiss.
Probably a little bit of all three. Let's be real here.
I am not liking your attitude, young bird.
He is old bird, actually. He's very 15 years alone, 15 years knowing somebody, a constant drunk. He needs to someone needs to hand this poor boy a booze. He's calmer when he's boozed. And then what? The plan's already ruined. They're already going to be on high alert. She just ruined the one chance to get rid of the people who destroy this place constantly.
We don't want to make it worse by.
Can we make it any worse?
I don't know, and I don't want to find out.
Neither do I.
Can I
We're
see
not-
this?
Can't you see
you would
Yeah,
be able
I'm about
to
to make it worse.
Yeah, you
I'm
would be
pretty
able
sure
to see that.
Thunderclap requires him to be within 5 feet, so I would assume.
Thunderclap requires you to be.
Check its
Oh, yeah, if
actual
it's-
range.
Yeah. Target
Okay.
15-foot cube, range 5 feet. That's a weird.
Mm-hmm.
It's because it's centered on yourself.
Oh, interesting. So yeah, you would essentially have landed next to her. She would be slightly dazed. You would be on the ground with Averin pretty much on top of you, being like, "Stab it."
Right. I am going to essentially, I guess you could say, clap back. Draw the dragon rib longsword and cast ensnaring strike on it as a bonus
Ooh.
action. And then I
Okay.
would like to. I don't want to hit Averin, so I'm just gonna aim directly for Bill.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of
Okay.
a more stabbing motion than slashing,
Since
I guess.
Bill is grappled at the moment, you would also have advantage on that hit.
Let's
Mhm.
go. Okay. So, advantage.
Good thing you had advantage on that.
Well, it still
Yeah.
doesn't hit, I don't think.
Nope, Bill has an AC of 18.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, you forgot you handed me a lot of magic items and they have gone to use.
So you immediately slam towards him, but with your ears still ringing from the force, and he sees you swing down. He immediately jerks his entire body, his very small body, into Averin, which pushes her to the side as the sword pretty much connects to where his shoulder was. As the two of them are like rolling around at this point.
The Averin is just like rolling about, and she's just like trying to like get her bearings. She's just like, "You are not helping."
Very
I'm just going to ignore Averin and talk straight to Bill. You're so obsessed with trying to get revenge for innocent people. You're not even thinking about the innocents you're going to hurt.
At least they get buried, unlike those that aren't.
How do you know that? I'll signal the Tychorus to keep going.
And how do you know that they
he
won't?
looks very confused, but he immediately rushes onwards.
Yeah. No, Bill's gonna slam his forehead into the ground and like lift himself up. Averin's still holding on to you, mind you, just so he can look her in the face.
God.
Or is it so bad here that not even in your own home you people can get buried? Or is it that they just need to be better? As he's gonna vicious mockery with that.
Oof. Oof. That
Wisdom
hurts.
saving throw? Okay.
Yeah, no, that is words you've told the Bill and he's using back on you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Believe you can click saving throw and it should do it with your
I need a
modifier?
token in order to do that.
Oh, well, in that case, it is a wisdom saving throw, DC 14.
Let's go, normal.
Oof.
Oh, that stings.
Oof.
That really stings.
Another
Or
6
have you
damage,
for-
goddamn.
Or have you
Oh my
forgotten
God.
all the things you've told me and all the things I've gotten to see since I've come out here?
Rowena will cringe backwards and be like, no, I don't.
And I'm not obsessed with revenge. I'm obsessed with making sure the spirits get what they deserve. At least someone on their side for once. At least in their afterlife. Because it sure as crap doesn't seem that the people that are ordering them are on their side. No, Bill is shaking at this point, whether it's because of just rage or just pity for them. You
Talking
people
doesn't seem like it's going to work with you. It doesn't matter. This doesn't matter. What
Oh,
matters
so your
is
people
that
don't matter?
Yes, that's why I'm going for them. I'm trying to make them live, at least for a little while longer.
So they can be sent to their death?
No, Ellie messaged me. She said that they would listen to me.
But will you listen to orders when they're given to you? You're still not at the top of the food chain.
No, but I'm close, and I'm not going to let you hurt my dad. Okay?
We could have revived him. He had
I
plans,
didn't know
I
that,
think.
and I don't think I trust you enough.
I don't trust you. I don't trust anyone except myself at this point. It's hard to trust you. How many things have you not told us? How many times have you not given us answers, or you sit there and you do something behind everyone's back? Don't come to me with, oh, I don't trust you. I've not been able to trust you from the start.
Okay, so can we just take like 2 moments? All right, I can. There's a
No,
lot of.
I can't.
Oh,
I can't take 2 moments.
okay.
You guys are posing the surprise. I need to go.
Honestly, I was prepared to do worse
And
if it
she
meant
takes
ending
off.
all of this.
Oof.
Doesn't matter. Let
She's
go.
mad at this point.
She can't stop it all anyway. I bought time. That's all I cared about. Let go, Averin.
Okay.
Bill's gonna dust himself off, looking very pissed off. He's calmer. I got my point across. Whether she likes it or not. We have to inform the people in the slums that this mission failed, by the way.
Mhm.
Oof.
If she really thought this was about revenge, then she's stupider than I thought. Granted, I'm not exactly smart. You didn't break my arm, did you? He's gonna check his arms to make sure nothing broken or stabbed.
Nah, everything's in all perfectly fine working order.
How long has it been, by the way, Averin, since we did that?
How long's it been?
About 30, 35 minutes.
Half an hour-ish. Relatively speaking.
Bill kind of looking at the ground. You see him like scanning the ground for a second. Poison doesn't take that long. That's enough. They can't stop them all from getting sick. I bought time. Good enough.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like people forget. This group came about because of happenstance. But no one really trusts each other. After all, trust is earned, and when you aren't truthful first, never like I lied or anything. I didn't exactly hide my plans. Didn't say them either, I guess.
I trust you.
Bill looks at you with an almost pathetic look on his face.
Hey, come on, that's a high compliment coming from me. I trust you, and I trust Rowena. I trust Ellie, and I trust Ollie. I trust all of you. That's why I don't want to lose you, because I don't know why I trust any of you that much. But I do. I'm not saying you can trust me, but I trust you.
To be fair, I've learned what gets you going. Food, typically. Or money. At least.
Survival. The things I want.
Fair.
And what I want is for us to stay together and for us to keep moving. So how do we plan to do that?
We need to go back. Regardless of my actions or Rowena's. Technically, that was all a plan to kill the council. And that was in agreement with people down below. I forgot their names already. It was that one elf lady, I think. Had the big toothy lake girl thing. Goblin. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
And the big guy. Technically, that plan was in cohorts with them, and that's the only plan I had. With the dragon and my master and I guess dad, technically, I guess you could call him. And the Trail of Tears, that'll only slow down the orcs if they're really gung-ho to fight. We've got to figure out what happens if they're too gung-ho. Because regardless, I just crippled the elven army to some degree. Maybe not majorly, but probably enough to where they won't win. I don't have another plan. This is the only plan I had. It's the only plan I've been going for this entire time. So if you've got something, I'm all ears, because I've got nothing. I'm out of ideas.
I don't know. I don't usually strategize all that much when it comes to killing people. Usually just a stab and invisibility works for me, but... yeah.
Fair.
I don't know. If you give me some specifics on who you want dead, I can figure it out, I guess. Oh, frick,
Yeah.
what did I do?
The
Oh,
Elven
nothing.
Commander,
I just made a mistake.
specifically the one who leads the main forces. I made a promise to a dead man, and I intend to keep it. But that's going to take time right now.
Commander. Would ever know like specifics of who's who? Like if that turns out to be Rowena's dad, like,
It-
and if
it-
ever knows that's Serena's dad or something.
You would know that the Elven military commander is Rowena's dad. The commander who oversees every aspect of the military is actually one of the 5 council members, which Rowena's dad would have been if he didn't have Rowena and Eleonora. That person was on the left side of the council.
The old guy? Zavern.
I think
They're
so.
all pretty old.
Like the old guy. Like the guy who was talking there. Is that him? Well, it's not Rowena's dad.
No, if
I
it
don't
was,
really care, so.
yeah, it wasn't her dad. If it was her
Okay.
dad, I wouldn't have made a complicated plan like that because he's easier to find.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I wouldn't have tried to go through with poisoning.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I can kill one of the people in there, disguise myself as them, try to get the old guy alone, stab him. I don't know. I have some magic that I got from my childhood, so I can like kill someone and disguise myself as them. That's one of the things I can do. I haven't usually gotten the chance to demonstrate that, but it's honestly quite cool. I don't know.
If it'll work. At this
Mm-hmm.
point, they're probably all on high alert thanks to Rowena.
Mm-hmm.
Trust.
Haven't gotten the chance to kill and become the person I killed in front of you guys yet. I love that.
Just Bill, do you think that's actually going to work?
I don't know, but we can try. Everything can work if you try hard enough.
That's fair. That's fair. That's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Rowena ran off towards Ty again. Bill and Averin, I believe you guys said you're going back to the slums.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think
Oh.
that's what Bill said.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you guys start heading your way there. Oliver and Ellie. I want to look at Oliver real quick and then move to Ellie. Oliver, you just got the message from Rowena. You're now 100% certain that something is going on in the water supply, but you're not sure which water supply. She wasn't very clear on it. You're also pretty much done with your the item you're using to distribute the core, your cure. You're pretty much done with it.
The what's it called? Fragrance burner.
Yeah.
I think probably immediately after I got that message, I'm probably just going to immediately just make. How many gallons of water does this thing make? 6, I think.
Is that a 6 or 8?
I think 8 was salt water,
All right.
but I'll have to
So in
double
that
check
case,
that.
probably 6 then.
Crap, I keep forgetting I never actually put the item in my inventory. I've just always been looking it up every time. I need to get my crap together.
You're fine. Oh, that stuff's not working.
I was just thinking, she's like, Holy crap! This sounds like a good opportunity to immediately make some water.
Surprise.
Instantly
And
makes
probably
20
notify everyone
gallons.
else down. And probably notify the bartender that if he's got an alchemy jug, he needs to get that thing out and working as well.
All right.
Okay. Seriously, how? I'm just gonna be looking into that. You can carry on.
All right. But yeah, so since you're done with the creation, which for fresh water is 8 gallons, salt water is 12. Now that you're done making the vaporizer thingy, are you planning to go topside? Trying to get to Ellie, to Rowena, to Bill?
That's kind of the problem. I'm not allowed topside, so I need to actually find someone and set this thing up themselves.
That's true. Would be pretty hard for you to get topside. You do have disguise self though, which does.
That is fair.
Ellie would probably be making her way back to Oliver.
Okay.
So she should be able to help.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. Do I actually even have that spell prepared? I do not, so I can't even do it today anyway.
Well, there you go. All right. So yeah, in that case, you're pretty much trying to decide on where to go from there. Ellie, you're standing in front of the gates. You could go back to Oliver. I don't think you have any reason to go find the others, unless you have something there.
No.
No, okay. So yeah, you essentially would.
Because she doesn't know what Bill or Averin did, so.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so yeah, you would head down to Oliver. It would probably take you better part of 15-20 minutes, especially with your speed, in order to get to him. So by this point in time, effectively, it would be almost the end of Rowena's meeting that you would get back to Oliver. You and him would talk a little bit, I assume.
Like now, or are you just trying to skip over it?
Like now.
Well, I wasn't sure because of your phrasing.
You're back. Please tell me your news is better than what I hear is going on topside.
I haven't heard about topside, but I said my farewells with Grampy, Jackson, and Mom. They'll hopefully have a safe journey back to Littlefoot Forest. Also, I did get the chance to talk to the soldiers following Rowena and her oddly hostages. That's a whole nother thing. I guess I'll find out later. But they did kind of promise that as long as Rowena says it, they won't go to war, since technically she's their new leader in a sense. So that's helpful because that means we can sit back a bit more relaxed, since the orcs said they wouldn't fight if the elves didn't show up, and the dwarves said they wouldn't do anything if the orcs didn't do anything. So yeah, we just need Rowena to do her thing, and we're good.
Well, I mean, that's a good start, but doesn't exactly bode well for the other bits that I'm trying to get set up.
What happened? Do you need anything help? Do you need any help?
Well, for one thing, with regards to the fragrance burner, I'm starting there because I know that that's a detail you already know about. I need to figure out how to get this into the barracks or some other sort of location that the soldier is regular, just simply to make sure that they're not, going to become quite literally bio bombs. And
okay.
Well, Rowena said it's true. It sounds like somebody just tried to poison the water supply, and who knows if it's going to affect down here as well. And that complicates a lot. He just has immediately opening up his journal, going over to the corner and starting to sketching or scribbling something up in there. And the primary problem is I don't know what kind of poison we're working with. Hopefully she can get a dose down here.
Yeah, because if the soldiers do end up dying, then there's a good chance everyone will just flip their cap and put the blame on somebody. And I'm sure one way or another it'll lead to some kind of rogue orc or something in relation. But we definitely need to figure out what or who poisoned the water. Because I just made good amount of promises and they really do not deserve to die. It's not their fault. They were born half-bloods.
I have a few general recipes for a couple doses of a general antivenom. Dosage required to drink it is high, but should make them basically immune to most poisons for a little while. The only
It makes
problem
me
is,
wish.
the only
Oh wait, never
problem
mind.
is
Arthur's
I
not
only have
here.
enough materials to make a few per day.
Well, let me know if I can help at all, and I can try to get up to the barracks. I mean, I do wear the same symbol as Rowena, so that might be able to help, or at least get me close.
Well, if you can get up there, there's a couple things you're going to need. He just says, gesturing over towards a jug over in the corner that contains a yellow-colored liquid. I need it filled with that, and I need you to light up a fire in the bottom half.
Okay. And she'll go over to the jug.
Careful with that. It's not particularly dangerous, but it is not going to be comfortable if you inhale that. Actually, on that note, he's just going to hand you his mask.
I'm going to feel so goofy with it, but I know it's a safety thing. I've seen a few plague
Yeah.
doctors.
Yeah, the beak's filled with a type of fume that helps to filter out toxins and diseases.
Well, I mean, with the smells I've dealt with in a tavern, and I'm sure I'll be a little bit more okay, but I'll definitely wear this, and she'll put it on. How do I look?
I think it suits you, actually.
Oh, I feel a little closer than a bird than I did before.
I don't really know too many people that look bad in those things, in my opinion, anyway.
Okay.
So we just need to bring this to the barracks, at least try to get close enough.
If we can't get into the barracks, I need to go somewhere that the soldiers regular. As many of them as we physically can.
Okay.
And remember, fill the top side with the fluid, and you can light up the bottom half with these. He just hands her a few fire pellets.
Ooh.
Just strike them on anything rough. They'll start ignite basically immediately.
That's pretty cool. Understood. It shouldn't take too long. Especially since the soldiers just barely left not that long ago.
Hopefully, but if too much more craziness happens, I'll start to wonder if somebody's already attacking the top side.
Well, maybe I should have gone with Jackson then.
Look, all I'm going to request is don't take any more risks than you need to up there.
Understood. I would much rather not spend any more time here than I would like to. Just because my blood is meant to be here doesn't mean I want to.
I've only seen the bottom half, but I kind of agree with that one.
Yeah. Okay, I'll be off. And she'll start carrying the barrel and heading out.
Cool.
Technically, I mean, it's like a ceramic pot, but yeah, it kind of looks like a ceramic pot with like
Yeah,
a slice
pot
taken out the back.
thing.
As you do so, and you kind of exit out the doors, sorry. At this point in time, you have been talking with a little bit. So that would happen with Bill. You would be heading out the doors. You would probably get to. So you'd probably do the lower ring entrance that Averin showed you at one point. So you head up through that entrance. Averin would probably have taken that entrance back down as well. So you guys would actually meet up pretty much at that entrance, maybe 5 minutes after the scuffle between Rowena and Bill.
Sup?
Hi. I'm just trying to meet up with the soldiers.
Okay.
Oh, the soldiers.
What are you guys doing on this side?
Going down to report the failure of the council's death. We had to deal
Yup.
with people here after all.
Okay, I thought we
Bye.
weren't going to kill them, just knock them out.
No, we were
Plans
requested to kill them.
changed.
The plan was originally to kill them. That didn't change.
Okay, I mean, we discussed it multiple times in different ways of either knocking them out or keeping them preoccupied, but we were going to try to not kill them, at least not Rowena's dad, since there's more
Yes,
than likely
we had
chance
this-
he's controlled.
Yes, we discussed not killing her dad. But we never did. But I never agreed to not killing the council. Her dad was never a target.
Okay, well, I'm pretty sure Marigold would have dealt with the council anyway, either way what happened, so.
Uh-huh.
But I need to hurry up and bring this to the soldiers' barracks, at least as close as I can. Apparently something happened in the water,
Mm.
according to Ollie, so.
Boy, I wonder
you
how
guys
that could
hear
have
anything?
happened. Anyway, we should probably get going.
Insight.
You're more than
Deception
welcome
plan.
to. Insight versus deception.
Don't you need to go get somewhere?
Be a 18 versus a 23.
23.
You,
Forgot
she
you had a
doesn't
high
sound
deception.
100% truthful, but she never does.
That's the trick. You can't sound specifically suspicious if you just always sound like that.
Always suspicious? Always suspicious.
Ellie will just look at the two of you for a moment and just shake her head. It's like, you know what? With recent events with this group, just try to stay safe and try not to do too many risky things, as Ollie told me. We can't afford adding to the mess already. He and I both agree we'd rather not stay in this town longer than we should. So, as long as we stall things out for a few days, then the war shouldn't happen and we can all go home. Finally.
Course. I never want to stay in the slums longer than I have to. I totally understand. Anyways, you should probably get going to, what was it, the soldiers? Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck.
Anyway, you guys should meet up with Ollie. He needs some help with stuff. And she'll get going.
Bye!
Cool. So you guys go and meet up with Oliver.
Oh, Bill's not going to Oliver.
Oh, where are you going?
Bill has a report to make.
Oh, that's right.
Bill's
You
a
make it
bird
to
of his-
Marigold?
Yeah, Bill's a bird of
Okay.
his word.
All right, so you'll be heading to Marigold. Ellie, you start heading towards the Elven army, and Rowena, you would have made it to the Elven army at this point. So you're essentially in this top region over. Oops, I did not mean to do that, but I mean that kind of works. Over up here. You're kind of like where the Elven army is. You were here once ago. Since you've left, you've there to talk to Pancake, I believe, last time you were here. As you run full dead sprint back towards there, with Ty being a little bit ahead of you, you are used to the sounds of combat. Used to them practicing being the living hell out of each other, usually with sticks or other training materials, sometimes with actual weapons. I believe you saw it was either Ty or it was a different person with actual weapons training the army. But in this case, you're pretty much just hearing grunts and groans of pain. Severe pain. As you pretty much burst through the doors, you see a significant quantity of people in the barracks, either laying on their sides, pools of throw up just all around the area that is just barely being cleaned up by like whoever is still standing. Pancake is sweating bullets as he's running around like, oh god, I'm sorry, I didn't mean, nah, that, oh shit, crap, god, fuck. As he's just panicking, running around like a madman at this point. Yeah, that's what you get to see. And this is only one of the barracks. There's like 12 barracks around you.
Pancake.
Fuck. What? Oh, Rowena. Hi. Fuck.
This isn't your fault.
You've never heard him swear before, by the way.
Yeah. Pay attention. I need you to just go and tell everyone to stop drinking the water. Just go.
They ate my food and now they're throwing
It's not
up.
your fault. It's not your fault. She'll hold his head in her hands. It's okay. It's not your fault. Okay? Just go tell them.
Food poisoning, man, is something serious. I cook my shit good.
You do. It's not your fault.
I made pancakes today and bacon. No hard is to make bacon with pancakes.
It's okay. You're good. You're a good cook. Okay, you're the best cook.
Oh, good.
She'll turn to Tychurus and be like, shut up.
He's just like, yeah. Currently he's like running around trying to, essentially all the people, you just need to give them a lot of fluid, which you don't have much at the moment, because a lot of dehydration is coming from extensive diarrhea. It does not smell very good in this area. It's just a hodgepodge of mess, and it's deeply concerning because you have no water in order to refill most of their fluids, and this is like hundreds of people who all got devastating food poisoning at the same time. It's a bad situation. But he runs out of the area and just starts shouting at the top of his lungs, don't drink the fucking water, don't do it, or eat the food. I got so much food, and I can't give it to you. I'm a shitty cook, but it's okay. It's okay, man.
She'll turn to
booking it.
Ty and just, I don't know how to fix this. I thought I could get here in time, and it's not.
Well, it looks like they're all in the first stage of food poisoning, or whatever poison that they have. Somebody just starts violently throwing up against one of the tent walls, like 20 feet from you, and it's like explosive throw up. Just it bounces off the walls, and he's like, yeah, definitely some kind of poison. That's not normal. Shit. He reaches into his bag and pulls out Sending Stone. He's like, okay, we have a second reservoir, right?
Yeah. I mean, the only ones that I know of that have possibly been poisoned or, contaminated in some way are the upper ranks. So the lower one should still be fine.
Okay, the lower one is also much larger because there's a larger population down there. So if we manage to get a team of people, he looks around and he's like, okay, I'm gonna send that. He just starts like listing shit off in his head as he like looks around. He then just starts barking commands into a Sending Stone, which you hear going off like all around you is just him barking commands at hundreds of different sending stones. Which is really, really weird because it's not like connecting to any of them. It's pretty much he's using his sending stone as a speaker system, connecting and feeding it through other ones through a weird magical array, which you haven't seen before. But he just starts barking orders, and anyone who's physically able to stand pretty much gets to their feet and starts running out the doors. He's like, okay, we don't have a team getting a water supply train fed up towards here. That way anybody who is infected can have a dosage of water in order to keep them alive. Their fluid should be a-okay. Looks like he kind of looks around the general area. If this tent is representative of most of the area, which we have to assume without being able to double check, about 80% of the army is right now handicapped, which is a problem. Still potentially able to fight, but most likely it would be by vomiting on the enemy instead of actually attacking them, which could be effective, but not really. So what we're going to do is we're going to feed them through the water system from below. We're going to double check that it's not contaminated. I'm going to have somebody go and check the actual contaminated water, see what the hell is going on up there and why it's contaminated. Shit, does that mean that the council got contaminated too?
Oh, no, that's why I ran out of there. I stopped them, and then I thought that, I need to go to the army.
That's smart. Okay, but that means that we have to assume that their water supply got infected too, which means it was a targeted assassination of the army and the councilmen, which means we have somebody who is trying to kill them, which is even more concerning than we do. That means we have a sabotager, which means somebody managed to get into there, which means we're probably looking for a rogue who knows the insides and outs and specifically has a vendetta against some form of the Elven army and some form of the Elven council. Okay, I'm going to get this whole thing set up. I'm going to get the supply lines running. I'll make sure all the fluids get into people. Unfortunately, we're probably going to have a death rate of probably 10% of the army.
No, I'm thinking, I think I have a plan at least to try and get some fluid right now.
Oh.
Right here, right now. And I don't know if I do. I have a major question.
Okay.
I technically still have a potion, a drought of the Hydro Soul, which makes me become a water elemental for 1d4 hours.
Uh-huh.
Does that mean I can be water and like supply it?
That's a good question. Hold on. Water elemental.
Because if so, I will take 55 points of damage for people to just be able to drink me.
People can drink me.
Yes.
Move narrow.
I really want to make a comment to that, Rowena.
No, don't.
I'm gonna just be quietly laughing to myself now.
Don't make a comment. That's the best way I can phrase it.
I need you to drink me, damn it. It looks like you are made entirely of water, obviously. But it looks like you have a very specific quantity of water. But I don't know how you would regain the water in this form, which I feel like should normally be able to, because they are. So as DM's saying, because I'm still not entirely sure how these things work, I would say
even if
that
I can't, even if I can't reform from an outside source or something, I'm willing to. I don't know how much you want to make 1 point of damage be worth of water, but I'm willing to do 55 points of damage.
So they are I forget how big they're a large creature too. A very large creature. So that's normal, huge. Is it large, huge, or huge, large?
I think it's large, huge.
Okay, so that's just one step above, which is still pretty large. And I would say because one of its main attacks is called Whelm, so essentially you encompass somebody. I would say that you can essentially form water over time, which is an amount. It's like sweating, basically. As you go for longer times, you start sweating, generating water in order to make it so your body is able to stay in its watery form. So feel free to roll the 1d4 real quick. See how many hours
Okay.
you're inside of it.
Oop, never mind. That's not.
Nat one.
Yo, even if it's for an hour, I can
Mhm.
I can collect that much at least. Ooh, there we go.
3. Okay. So I would say that with 3 hours, being able to distribute the water of yourself, you're essentially able to control the water in your body, and then you're able to generate more water over time. So you're able to produce water to give to people. It is magical water, technically speaking, so it's not quite the same properties as normal water, for obvious reasons. But it does work more or less effectively the same. You are only able to give it to so many people at a time because you're only one creature, but you are large. So I would say that with enough maneuvering, hooking stuff up, especially with the others, you are able to, in these 3 hours, you are able to make it so that everyone is at least stable. Most of them possibly will die, but it's mostly up to whether or not their bodies can physically handle it. If you've ever had severe diarrhea, you know that your body starts to shut down after a while. It causes a lot of issues within you, and even when you re-give the fluids, your body can still have a lot of issues that come from that. So essentially, you're just postponing a lot of those issues for most of them and hoping that their bodies are able to recover from it. But to the best of your knowledge, out of the probably 300 people who were really, really badly affected by the dehydration, severe food poisoning, etc., you probably saved guaranteed 250, and of the last 50, they're pretty much in critical condition, and you don't know whether or not they will survive the night. The rest of them, probably 400 some more, are definitely not in fighting condition, but they are able to move around and try to get supply lines going. And then there's probably another 100 which are fully capable, able to fight, did not drink or eat any of the contaminated stuff.
So just to expand on my little plan, I was going to, before I actually turned into the water elemental, I was going to give Tychorus my water skin. It's not much, but it's something. And then I don't know if it would help, but I was going to use up essentially the rest of my spellcasting slot to just make a whole 60 good berries.
Ooh, okay.
So that might help the last 50 people.
Interesting. Okay. You're going to use your entire spell slots for that?
Yes, I want to save all of the people.
Interesting. Okay.
And I don't know how many we need, and I only have 6 spell slots left.
Fair enough.
That's 60.
Yeah. So of the last 50, you do manage to make it so only about 10 to 15 of them are now still in the severe critical condition. Those 10 to 15, you just don't know whether or not their bodies are going to be able to handle it. The other 35, they're not looking good, but they'll live. And then the rest of the numbers I said previously. So yeah, you managed to fully save all the 800 people who were infected.
Let's go.
Except for 15. And
that's what a commander does.
Damn straight. And honestly, that is an incredibly That is incredibly good movement for you. And then during those 3 hours that you are the Hydro Soul War Elemental, is when Ellie would get to the campgrounds. And Ellie, you would also be able to hear all the stuff that's going on in there, which is mostly throwing up, screaming, yelling, commands up the wazoo, people running up and down with massive trails of water, trying to funnel it upwards however they can with pumps and all that other fun stuff. And you would get there with your little jug, which is able to distribute the infection. If I remember correctly from what Oliver had said previously, the infection, you would know, would cause them to... Where is he, Oliver?
Check my journal. I just put in the effects of the illness.
Mm-hmm. So it would give them basically flu symptoms. They would also experience possible shortness of breath and have some other possible what's the word? Oh, my brain just short circuited. Other issues that can arise from that. But you know that essentially the thing that you're holding right now will cause anyone who interacts with it, who doesn't have a good enough immune system, to essentially double down and get a cold and flu symptoms on top of whatever else that they might have.
So making it worse and could increase the chances of them dying, or no?
There is a very high possibility that if you infected everyone in here, you could, in theory, kill at least a good amount.
Okay, so she's gonna contact Ollie.
I don't think this is a lethal one, Sin.
Huh?
I don't think this is
well,
a
it's just-
lethal infection.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
your
I
thing
think
on
it's
its own...
over exaggerated. It's not
Well,
that.
your
it's-
thing on its own is just a flu symptom. It's totally non-lethal. Unless,
Oh,
of
okay,
course,
so
that they're
it's paired with
already
the
on
poison.
death's door.
That's fair. And reasonably speaking, stuff like cold and flu symptoms would probably make them more thirsty is the problem.
Yeah, it would make them start having a high fever. It would start making them with shortness of breath and also throwing up at the same time. They wouldn't be able to eat anything. They wouldn't really be able to breathe. They wouldn't be able to get out of bed very easily. Worst case scenario, you kill probably like 50 to 100 people. Best case scenario, you cripple the entire army even more than they already are. Secondary worst scenario is that they get infected somehow and the entire army dies with no exception.
Either way, Ellie is contacting Oliver as she tries to assess the situation and medically try to help people with healing or her healing potions, and giving away her rations and such. Because she can heal too. Ha 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 ha.
Indeed. Ha 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 ha.
Aha.
Yeah, what's up?
So, Ollie, we have an issue. It looks like they've already have gotten poisoned, and they are currently trying to bring up fresh water, and it sounds like things are
In the distance,
starting to get a
Rowena.
little better.
Okay.
Starting to get a little better, but majority of them are throwing up and just a large amount of stomach issues and hot flashes everywhere, and it's just not looking great at all, and a majority of them might not make it through the night. But it seems like a good amount of them are on the recovery. I still haven't checked all of the barracks yet. I just got here a bit ago.
Okay.
But everyone is going frantic, and it seems like my guess is correct that I'm sure not long after they recover the army, they're going to start looking for anyone that could have done this.
Okay, then we're gonna have to work on this a little bit slower. Just leave the sensor specifically. Don't fill it. If you need to find something, fill it with water and maybe toss some floral petals in or something. Just make it seem like it's normal before you light it up. Don't add that illness. We can save that for after things start calming down.
So just make a steamer?
Yes, the primary thing that those things are mostly intended to do is to fill the air with. It's basically an air freshener that's powered by fire. Just basically,
All right,
essentially, just
understood.
make some sort of floral tea in the top. It's not technically how it normally
Okay.
works, but would make it. But at the very least, it should seem harmless enough, and it be something that they'll get used to in the area. We can add the let's just call it bright veins later on.
Understood. I mean, in any shape or form, they need to absorb water, it seems, since their water source is already poisoned. So if we can get them soaking or breathing in any sort of water that's fresh and safe, it'd be best. So
Dang, I should have sent you on
okay.
up with. Actually, why don't you? Do you have your water skin on you? Maybe you could use the water from there.
Yeah.
I just made 8 more gallons back here, so you're free to take some of that when you get back. Alchemy jug, you would know about this one, and yes.
Yes, I'll do that. I'm going to try to continue trying to help out the best I can and then return to you for more water. It seems like they are already trying to find sources of water the best they can.
I'll go downstairs and chat with the barkeep then. He probably has an alchemy jug somewhere. Seems like it'd be one of the easiest ways to get some sort of alcohol in the premises as well, especially if he brews on the side.
I wouldn't be surprised if they're already trying to contact him, honestly.
Yeah, so sounds about right. Still, though, probably could be a good opportunity to go and look around elsewhere. The only real problem that I am also concerned about is I'm pretty sure Marigold's about to start spraying and the bottom side here with bright veins as well.
Just what we need, right? Well, we can't really duplicate ourselves to every corner. We need to deal with it one issue at a time. And for right now, we need the war to be at a pause.
I remember.
At least we know the cure to the issue she might arise. So, but the army we need to somehow stop.
I'd imagine that they have some alchemists up top. The formula for making water shouldn't be too complicated if worse comes to worse, so theoretically, so long as the alchemists up top are tipped off or the right ones to get the information for what's going on in the army, we could probably talk a couple of them into producing some more as well.
Yep. I mean, a water skin holds about 1 gallon to 5 gallons of water, so there's that as well. And your jug makes a large amount of water, so we should be fine enough. And who knows what other spells and sorcery we can figure out to help.
I'm sorry. Well, we're at the very least we can say with certainty that we're not here alone. Maybe we can find some other bits of research. If worse comes to worse, send me another message. Maybe I can chat through the details with another alchemist up there. I'm certain that someone up there is going to be more than willing.
Understood. And maybe Tommy has an ear in what happened or what's going on. You know how he has his finger in every pie.
There's always benefits in being well versed, I suppose. Or I suppose better said, above game. Words fail me.
Of what, sorry?
That's fair.
Above game words fail me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and
Connected?
I will get going.
Yes.
And Ellie will immediately start putting together the pot to make it into like a floral steaming thing that humidifier. That's the word. Into a humidifier as soon as she can, and she'll start trying to help out people and go through the camps best she can, because medical experience.
Is
Cool,
Ellie
cool.
still here when I'm
And-
not an elemental?
She would be, yes.
She would probably get up there. Yeah.
Yeah, after the 3 hours or so pass, you turn back into normal form, completely fucking wiped, by the by. But Ellie would be there as well.
I don't. It shouldn't take 3 hours for Ellie to get up there.
No, it takes 3 hours for her to get out of her monster form.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wiped like how?
Essentially, imagine doing
Tired,
an
I
entire
assume.
marathon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That doesn't matter. I've stayed up for days before. Let's go.
That is true. You have gone past the exhaustion point twice now, so it's just another walk in your bucket.
Mm-hmm.
But you do see Ellie.
Okay. And then I have the update that essentially it looks like, what, 10 to 15?
Yeah. A very, very small amount are most likely going, they're currently in extremely critical condition, just because their bodies themselves are just not equipped for dealing with this, essentially. So it's just a matter of time of whether or not they survive or die.
Okay. Ellie?
Rowena, what happened? You look. God's awful.
It's sometimes what it takes, Just it doesn't matter. There are people in worse condition.
So I can see. I take it we're too late?
I don't know.
At least it seems like we got a majority of them. So that's what matters. And we'll continue trying our best. Okay? Have a ration, take a seat. And
I can't take a seat right now. The reason I came to find you. Where are the others?
well, Oliver is going to try to figure out how to get more water and talk to Tommy and figure out what we can do to help the soldiers. I already updated him on what's going on a bit ago. Bill and Avrin, I saw them heading down as I was coming up. Avrin seemed like herself. Bill simply said that he's going to report that the mission failed, that the council members were not killed. Beside Dad, of course.
No. It was targeted at all of them. Fuck, Ellie. It was if I hadn't drank it, if I hadn't spoken, I would have had to drink it too. It would have been me as well.
Well, then all hell would break loose. Honestly. No one can really stop me. Because Jackson already left town, and if something happened to you, can't even imagine what would happen. Let alone the army would go berserk, but I wouldn't sleep until it found who poisoned the water.
It is what it is, it's in the past. And she'll do like
It's not in the
a little
past.
smirk. I mean, it's not happening right now, so it's in the past.
No. Oh yeah, what's in the past was the Dorving cave where you acted delirious and lack of sleep trying to find me.
Well, at least we know we both have the same reaction, right?
Okay, no. You could have been killed. Someone tried to sabotage the war back in the Dorving caves. Someone tried to ruin everything we worked for and sacrificed, and now it's happening again. And you're just shrugging it off again?
It's in the past.
I don't get it.
We've dealt with it.
It's not in the past. It's been within the last 3 hours. You could have been killed in the last 3 hours, and I wouldn't have known.
You would have eventually.
Eventually, Rowena, I would have simply felt a part of me die. That's it. I could have known the moment you died, but I don't know who would have done it. All I know is that this whole town would be flipped and to ashes.
I was told it was Oliver's poison.
Why would Oliver poison? No, he's a doctor.
I know.
He's
I
in agreement
contacted
with
him
us, trying to
afterwards.
save us.
It was Averin who told me that.
Well, Averin hasn't changed. She obviously hasn't changed at all since the Dwarven Mountain. She's hiding something. She's sneaking about, disappearing. And this team has a bad habit of disappearing and not talking to each other about it.
I'm not done with my story. I'm not
Then tell a story
completely
that
exhausted.
convinces me that Averin is not. Tell me a story where Averin can be trusted.
I think no, it's not even think. I know she's just trying to help Bill.
She did save you.
Yes, that's what I was going to next. That's why I said I'm not done with the story. When I was trying to get to the army, because of course I know that water supply up here is the same for everyone. It doesn't matter. Anyway, Bill seemed different. And maybe he wasn't in his right mind, but he did attack me. And Averin held him back. I think she's just trying to help. You know?
Bill attacked you?
She'll pause like I am and just kind of fiddle with her sword and be like, well, I mean, I attacked him as well, so even.
Medicine check.
I did.
You are welcome to do one. You would be able to tell that based on the dried blood around her ears, she has taken some damage to her ears. Probably not like slashing or anything like that. It looks like her blood came out of her ears, so you would assume that it came from a sound-based thing. But she definitely was bleeding out of her ears for a little bit.
Ellie's gonna wrap her in a hug and cast Sanctuary.
Oh.
He hurt you. All because you did the right thing that you believed. All because he was angered at the fact that he couldn't kill the council members. He kept bringing up that it wasn't a plan he agreed with to not kill everyone. So I'm assuming, I could be wrong, he attacked you because you stopped his plan of killing everyone up there. Because how would he make sure that your dad wasn't poisoned as well?
I mean,
I'm pretty sure this is more than just Marigold's plan. Because she could have easily dealt with the council members herself. We just had to preoccupy or distract one of them. It was never in the plan to kill all of them. Your dad.
Okay, Rowena's gonna kind of stop her right here, kind of pull her into like a place where no one else is, even though everyone
Oh,
is distracted.
Oh,
I would just plot the
Sisters are having a
assassination.
deep talk.
And then
I think this is the 5th or 7th time her and Rowena like had a deep discussion of like, okay, like what the heck?
It was definitely like one of the major times that you had it. Yeah.
I am trying to be better in a different way and make, better choices. I don't know what is the right choice here because I am so angry.
Well, what I believe and what I told those soldiers, which I really hope Charles, I believe his name was, is okay and wasn't one of the ones we lost. What I believe is the right thing is we make sure those half-elves make it home, that no one goes to war. And that the only ones that go to war are those who are of the council. Because that's what originally we wanted. The half-bloods, well, we do not deserve to go to war. That's been our whole goal. We wanted to stop the war because it was undeserving.
You
It was
wanted
not
to stop the war.
Yes, and any of you could have left. Any of you could have simply said, no, you know what? This isn't worth it. We could just, this is not what I want to do. I just want a normal adventure. I checked in, and Arthur made me check in several times, make sure this group wants to save somebody or stop the war. Sure, we're not on the same page. Sure, we're a weird group. There's literally no reason for us to be together at all. But we still stuck around. But we still traveled together. All these months. I literally could have stayed at Mercy once we saved it. Because I had everything I needed. I saved Jackson, who I lost and loved for months. And I got lost, met you, went on an adventure, found out about the war, and here we are. I chose the lives of all of those in these 12 barracks over my own. And you chose their lives over your own, I can tell. So, it is just my plan. It really was just my plan this whole time. I'm team lead without wanting to be. But each of you still contributed. Each of you still participated in saving a life and making a difference with me. We can easily step out of this now. The soldiers are healed to the best of their abilities, and we can just leave. It's not like they can find us, Rowena. Someone else can continue this, or no one else will continue it, and it'll just fall apart. That's where it is at this point. And that's what stopped me, because if I stop going, then who's going to keep continuing this? Who's going to stop the war? So no more half-elves have to be killed. Granted, I'm pretty sure after today's events, there's probably not going to be a war. There'll definitely be wanted ads for every rogue, which means I need to make sure Jackson stays close. But I know he can handle himself. I mean, he did finally propose. I didn't get the chance to tell you that. It's the ring I stole from the museum, though, but it
Better
still
than
counts.
nothing.
Yes, better than nothing. So that's a plus. I have a life waiting for me after all these years, you know? And it'd be pretty great if we can just get this done and over with and just leave. Go have a drink or two, you know? Get super drunk and steal Jackson's boot again.
I don't I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do anymore. I'm trying
Ellie's gonna pull
to
her into a tighter hug.
make it so that, you know, mother and father, mother's safe, but like father's still here, and I don't want to lose him either. But I don't know how to make it.
Is there a way we can just bring Dad to Mrs. Claus and just teleport him out? All we really need to do is take the sword away from him.
Bo.
We still Bo. Yes, Bo. Bo. Sorry, I thought of Lord of the Rings. Bo. All we need to do is take the bow away from him, and maybe he'll be the dad that you grew up with, and maybe he'll acknowledge me, but I don't really need it. But nonetheless, we just need to get a hold of the bow, and maybe he'll be different. Maybe that's why he is how he is, and why there's a war in the first place, because the tools just can't help resist for what they're made of and what they're made for. So as long as we get rid of those, maybe it'll help, you know? It's just simple guessing. Let's just help the soldiers,
I've helped as
help
much as I can, I
ourselves.
think.
Yes, and you did absolutely amazing. You are the greatest leader they could ever have. Your name will go down in the history books and never be forgotten. And there'll be thousands of children named after you too, I'm sure.
Ah,
You did great today.
we'll see.
Okay?
We'll see.
But you need to rest and recuperate because you can't be a leader when you're in the States. But you did enough. Now, let everyone else do the rest. We need to make a plan how to get Father out. It still sounds weird calling him that. But we need to get him out of here, or at least get the bow away from him somehow. I'm certain he's on high alert because of what has happened now, so the sooner we can
Probably.
get to him, the better. Okay?
Okay.
Oliver's already trying to figure out the water.
You're gonna
The
stay here with the
soldiers are the
soldiers?
best. I can, but as soon as you need me, let me know.
I'm going to give her. Wait, do you already have a healer kit?
I should.
Okay, then. I am then going to give her.
She does, yeah.
Give item. Ah, yes, indeed, to Ellie. A healing potion, just in case, you know, she
Nice.
needs it, or
Nice.
a person. And I did with Averin back when, you know, Bill lost his hand fighting the Dragonborn. We
Mhm.
got some soup that heals.
Soup.
So I'm also going to give that to her.
Okay.
So that hopefully, if they need it, she has some more like healing. Wait, did that go
Mhm.
through? Ellie?
Yes, it did.
What about the... Oh, there we go.
Nice.
Okay. And I'm going to tell her, okay, I'll go... I'm going to go home. I'm just going to go to bed. I'm going to go to bed in my own bed. and I'm going to go to sleep.
I'll stay with the soldiers.
You'll stay with him.
They should be fine.
Okay.
Yes. I'll update Oliver about what's going on and what the plan is.
I'll be back in 8.5 hours. And if I'm not, you know where our house, well, my house, or, the family house
Yes.
is.
I'll know where to find you.
Okay.
Alright.
And then
Have
she'll
a rest.
limp off.
Since it is after 8, unfortunately, I'm going to have to cut here. But in kind of fast end thing, next episode, we're going to look at Oliver, Bill, and Averin talking to Marigold, and also what happens after Rowena wakes up. But to give you guys a little bit of a cliffhanger here real quick, we're still going to do the Bill stuff next episode, and then this moment is going to happen, but I really want this moment to be a very good cliffhanger for this episode. Again, ignore the pictures, only 2 of them are right, but that's fine because Fujitech is irritating and it's been in the same stupid circle for the last hour, so fuck you, website, I guess.
Oliver's back.
Yeah, I adjusted a few things, so it's using a pre-gen picture of him. Took a little bit, but it won't load, which is a bitch. But yeah, so this is gonna happen after Bill, Oliver, and Averin's interactions with Marigold. They're gonna have their own separate bit that's gonna lead into this. But essentially, Rowena, you wake up after your long rest. Ellie, you managed to get a little bit of rest as well, especially since you didn't need to expend as much resources as she did. So you're both. Everyone's gonna get full rest, by the way, after all this. But specifically after Rowena's long rest, she gets up and she starts heading back down to Ellie. And when she gets to Ellie, Ty actually walks out of the building, and there's been a lot of you're gonna notice, I will say this first, you will notice as you're walking out of your house, Rowena, the bow's not there. The bow isn't in your house. And so you head all the way down to the campground. Ty comes out. He looks at you as you're coming down, and he does not have a very happy look on his face. It's one of concern. It is one that is basically the same as if you just got told that the devil himself just rolled up into your home and told you to feed him a sandwich. It's not a good face. He looks at you and he goes, Rowena, you're the right hand, so you're one of the first to know this. 5 minutes ago, your dad just walked into the plaza down at the base of the kingdom.
Sorry.
Oh, you're good. He just walked up to the gates because we have an orc approaching. Not the army, an orc. It is, what's his name? Is the orc war chieftain's son, Ragdool, approaching. And your fathers decide to fight him in one-on-one combat.
No, they don't know that, but I brought him. I brought him as a construct. Like, what?
Yeah, you did. Which
They don't
is
know that?
why
They
he
do?
does not look happy right now.
Oh no! I thought,
Yeah.
didn't my dad know too that like I brought him? So like, why is he trying to
You
fight?
did in fact tell your father that
Yes,
you had brought Ragdool and
So then
Bloodtooth's
what happened?
mother.
We'll find out.
Yeah. You know, Rowena, that you had copies of them from undead bodies. This means that the actual fucking son, Ragdool, is approaching the goddamn city and is planning on fist fighting your dad. Ty will also tell you, he's approaching with a sword that looks like it's made of blood. Which you've only heard the description of.
Okay, but
once.
he wasn't supposed to come. That wasn't the agreement.
This is
No,
true.
he-
The orc army wasn't supposed to come.
I would like to correct something. The
Uh.
orc leader, which was his dad, stated that he won't let them come. But if his son kills him, he has no control over his son. Or something to that effect.
Effectively, if his son decided to go into combat with him and take the title of war chief, he could bring the entire orc army because he would be the next war chief. However, there is no army behind him. This motherfucker apparently has decided to solo the elven army. As best as you can tell, because he's walking up to the front gates from what you're told by Ty.
And it's not next week we're doing this, you guys. It's the week after.
Yeah, we're gonna come back in 2 weeks. But yeah, he's looking at you with a very unhappy face, and the concern that's on his face is high because he watched you bring this man who's now approaching the gates up into the dungeons. Even he's confused, which means that the council's probably confused, which is not a good thing.
Nope, I got this. It's okay.
Yeah, so he looks at you and he's like, I don't know what happened, I don't know what you did, but you should go and see your father. So once he's done with that orc, he might be coming for you, Rowena.
I got this. It's okay. We got this. We got this.
Alright, I will look at Bill, Oliver, and Avrin once they hear the news as well in 2 weeks. 6 o'clock p.m. PST, unless my mother goes back to night shift, in which case it'll be 7 o'clock. You guys will all have a full rest as well. And to the best of your knowledge, Rowena, you also would know that that sword, because we've mentioned it several times, is most likely the sword that was rumored to have been on Bloodtooth's person that you didn't see when you saw him. The war sword, one of the apocalyptic weapons and such, like the bow. Y'all didn't know where it was. Now you do.
We found it.
Oh yeah. So hopefully you guys are entertained by all of this. I swear the pictures will be fixed next week if Fujitech decides not to be a giant dick to me. 2 weeks from now. If it decides not to be a giant dick to me. And we're going to have a wonderful interaction where you guys will get to see what happens to Marigold and how upset she is, and then what happens when your father decides to fight effectively a dude on his own goddamn power level. Alright, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and we'll see all of you fine folks later. If you guys are interested in more of our content, we have a Discord down below. You can look at our socials, including our website. We're going to be adding lore to it for all of our characters at some point in the future. We'll also be adding an About section to our Twitch, and tomorrow I'm going to be doing a stream with story, as I said at the beginning of this episode. If you guys are new here, feel free to hit that follow button as we come back on in 2 weeks. Alright, have a good night, ladies and gentlemen, and we will see all of you fine folks on the next episode. Bye!
Bye.
Bye.
Hello.
Bye.
Have a good one.